Hey, welcome everyone to Wizards All Look. We got Raymond Lyons here, Cardell Dudley Jr., Wilson Tarpe Jr., the Washington Wizards. They fell to the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. Cardell laid out a bunch of things to look for during pregame. You guys were in the building though. Ray, what happened in this one? And then Cardell, want to get your thoughts.
Um, yeah, they started off. It was respectable at first because they could miss, but once there was some regression to the mean offensively, Minnesota just started to overwhelm them. They came in averaging 50 points in the paint. They finished with 76 tonight. 26 points off turnovers. That's been a thing for the Wizards all season. And yeah, man, they just couldn't contend. They got worn down over time. Minnesota just imposed their will, and that was that. Rudy Gobert disrupted everything, and that's what he does. That's what he brings to his team, and the Mets just weren't able to overcome it.
Cardell?
Yeah, for me, they lost in the third quarter. I think it's been a thing when the Wizards really get blown out. It's they have a lot of issues in the third quarter, especially defensively, and Minnesota was clicking on all cylinders, man. Especially on defense, they really just overwhelmed them coming out of halftime, man. And obviously, they outscored them 35-21 to blow the game wide open, but it was how they did it. Minnesota had 18 points in the paint to Washington's 4, 10 second chance points. Washington had 0. Um, uh, turn they turned the Wizards over 5 times, and they scored 8 points off those turnovers. But really, it was the Anthony Edwards show in that quarter. He had 19 points, 7 to 9 from the field, 4 or 5 from deep. The only thing he did wrong, he had 4 turnovers in that quarter. Outside of that, they could not do nothing with him. Nobody could. I'm not even gonna try to. I'm not even gonna try to say certain players had better moments against him. He just had his way with everybody. And then on top of that, on the other end, he got after it defensively. Ripped a couple guys, had 3 steals in that quarter as well. And then as a team, they just clamped down on the Wizards, man. Held them to 33% shooting from the field. Only allowed 22% shooting from deep. Uh, the saving grace, they made 5 free throws, all 5 of their free throws. Outside of that, it would have been ugly. And ironically, Minnesota went 3 for 7 from the free throw line, so that quarter could have been worse. Um, and you could just tell the idea was to come out and get the game over with. Be coming off a back-to-back. Let's get some rest for the full quarter, and that's exactly how it played out. But it was led by Anthony Edwards. They really couldn't. They couldn't guard him. Like we stated in the pregame. We all know what it is. He's an all-world player, and when he's locked in, there's very little you can do. And he just imposed his will, and that's what blew the game open. And then the thing that Minnesota did that may get overlooked overall was they moved the ball beautifully. Like they had 55 field goals, but they had 29 assists off those 55 field goals. Um, but on the first 14 turnovers, they was moving the ball, man. They was really moving the ball, and once certain players like Anthony and Julius and them got going, and Rudy doing what he was doing inside. Once the ball movement started to go, Washington was just on his heels for the rest of the night, and you see the end result.
Yeah, I'm still processing, getting the stats ready. Processing the 76 points in the paint is crazy. Keep in mind, Minnesota shot just 30% from three. So if you shoot 30% from three and still shoot 56 or 55% from the game, yeah, that lines up with the 76 points in the paint. Believe it or not, you can still win big in basketball in this new 2026 while shooting bad from the 3 point line. If you just play basketball. But look, Ray, you posted about Ant when he was going through his pregame warm-ups. Darnell laid out, there's like at least 4 graphics of all the things that Ant brings to the table. So, he lived up to that, it seems like, and the Wizards were the brunt of that. The 1+1 is 2. Player of the game for you guys. I feel like you guys already answered that for me. But it's up there. Somebody wants to change it.
Yeah, Mr. Edwards.
All right, X right.
Rudy, 18, 14, and 4. The guy that everybody loves to pick on for some reason. I don't know why, but he's a hell of a player every time we see him.
That's crazy. The guy people love to pick on, yeah, look at that graphic. They don't do too much picking on him. That's that's what they gotta love it. For Washington, right now 1-1 on this homestand. I know they play again on Tuesday night, so we'll check in with you guys later. If you guys have nothing else, y'all enjoy the rest of the Sunday, and we will see you guys soon.